I am still getting caught up on some of my games, and I just finished the new Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Of course, it's got some pros and cons, so let's go ahead and talk about things I didn't like first. This is like the rise of her becoming who she's going to be. I just can't get into her. She's whiny, she's complainy, she's stubborn, doesn't listen to anything anybody says. She has no survival skills. The only way she's surviving through both of these games is by basically pure luck. And I know they tried to make her more like a regular average girl, but I'm a regular average girl, and I would like to be portrayed as a badass. I do miss the badass, big-boobied, dual-wielding, gun-toting Lara Croft. That's what I want. Maybe if she was the daughter of her, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be a lot better. Because it does feel like she is, you know, a little kid trying to play dress up and be like, look, I'm a big cool person too. Another thing that drives me crazy with this new version of Lara Croft is she destroys everything. She goes into a tomb, she goes into an ancient temple, she finds a lost city, and she finds a way to destroy it. She blows shit up, she'll start jumping around on the ledges like an idiot monkey and just completely destroy it. It'll crumble into itself, and Lost City is now gone forever. She's a terrible archaeologist. Terrible. I did find the story in Rise of Tomb Raider to be pretty bad. It was cliched, it was really generic, it was boring. They really kind of just didn't try to deliver anything, at least I felt anything interesting or anything at all for me to get behind and to get really invested in. But one of the things that pulled me out very quickly was you're running around the game and you meet this tribe of people who are Siberian wilderness natives. Like, they've been in the Siberian wilderness their entire lives. They've built up this little like hut camp. They have little to no contact with the outside world. Yet they speak the best English you'll ever hear. No accent whatsoever. Better English than I can speak.
Jacob would never trust an outsider.
Every time it would completely pull me out of any type of feeling of immersion I got within in the world and the levels of the game. I would have rather them at least have a Russian accent, or maybe have them speak no English at all and give me subtitles. Or, I mean, shit, Uncharted 2 did it perfectly with Tenzin, was it Tenzin or Tenzin? I can't actually pronounce his name. But in Uncharted 2, he was from Tibet and spoke no English at all. Yet you played this big chunk of the game with him as your companion, speaking no English at all, and they did a perfect job of having, you know, Nathan Drake and him being able to talk back and forth and be able to get what they're trying to say through and communicate really well through just exclamations or hand motions or just kind of, you know, really trying to communicate and being able to do it really well. And it was also very funny. They did that perfectly. And Tomb Raider's just like, meh, so what? They've never stepped a foot out of the Siberian wilderness. They speak perfect English. Didn't even try. Didn't even try a little bit. That's lazy. Shame on you. Could have done a lot better with that. And I will say that the levels and the maps and just the overall design of each map and level I thought was definitely a step up from the last game. The game is just bursting at the seams with different collectibles. I 100%ed the game, which makes me very, very proud. But yeah, the free roam allows you to really just kind of go on a collecting resource spree and start farming the area by hunting or just looking for different herbs on the ground so you can make your little health packs, and you can really prepare yourself for the next story mission you're going to go on. Another really fun thing that they did add to the more free roam levels is NPCs, which will give you like side missions. And those side missions, there's not a whole lot. I wish there was more of the side missions, but it allows you to have something to do while you're running around hunting and stuff that is mission based but not solely story mission based, and those rewards also are really awesome. They'll give you upgrades and mods for your weapons. They did tweak the combat controls in Rise of the Tomb Raider from the last one, which is, I think they just mainly tweaked the sneak and stealth side of combat if you're into that kind of thing. I actually really did like the sneaking and the stealth stuff in Rise of the Tomb Raider. I love hiding behind something and popping up and then just shooting them in the head. It's very satisfying getting headshots in this game. Some games just don't do them right, but Rise of the Tomb Raider knows how to deliver a good headshot. There's also another mode in the game, which is kind of like this. You can replay the chapters. I can't remember what it's called actually now, but you can replay the chapters, expeditions. And throughout your gameplay, you will unlock like these cards, these playing cards, and you can go back and replay chapters and stuff, but add challenges or give yourself bonuses throughout the level. So you can maybe play a card that gives headshots, 20% extra XP. But then again, you start the level with no ammo at all, and you just kind of have to figure out how you're going to go about the level to get ammo, to get those headshots and so forth. So I only dabbled with that just a little bit when I was going back and farming for some achievements, but I would probably never go back and just replay a level on my own if I wasn't trying to get an achievement. I didn't find any of the levels to be so amazing I had to play them again. This game doesn't take too many creative freedoms. They really stuck to what they do. I wish they had stepped out of the comfort zone. The new things they did give us, like the free roam, crafting, and the side missions, I would really like to see more of that. It's almost like they gave it just a little bit to see how we would react. And then hopefully they'll give us more in the third game, which they accidentally already said was in development. And I also would like to see more tombs, and not tombs that last 3 minutes. I want to go through some really, really big tombs that are basically a level in its own. These tombs are so tiny, you go in and you're done in 3 minutes, and it's like, yay! That was great. There is 2 DLCs already out for the game. There's an endurance mode, which I think is just like a survival mode, just makes things harder and stuff, although there is a difficulty changer in the game. I didn't buy that, so I didn't play endurance mode. I did get the new campaign DLC though, the Baba Yaga, Temple of the Witch, and I loved it. I loved the story of it, and I loved what was going on in the DLC, but I beat it in a little under an hour and a half, and it was $10. Although I did love the DLC and the new bow that comes with it, which has the power to like confuse enemies and stuff. But $10 for an extremely, extremely short, like 2 mission campaign strand, where I did like the story, but I would still feel probably mildly ripped off if it was like $4.99, but it was $10. And that is a complete, just grossly overpriced DLC for an hour and a half and an extra bow. I do think you actually get another outfit for Lara. You get these outfits throughout the game, and it's weird because most of them all have the same bonus, which is like your health regens faster or something. And then 1 or 2 adds, like you can carry more special ammo. If you're gonna give us like 12 different outfits, it'd be really cool if they did at least, maybe 7 different bonuses for the different outfits, but they generally all do the same thing, which is a huge disappointment as well. But yeah, for such the small amount of content, $10 was way too much. Way too much. So I would not recommend you getting that DLC at all, ever, unless it's way cheaper. So overall, what did I think about Rise of the Tomb Raider? I did like it. I had a good time playing it. I did enjoy it, even though all the bad stuff I said about it, especially with the story and the character and the fact that they're still trying to convince me that this is Tomb Raider. So yeah, overall, I did like it. I had fun with it. I loved shooting dudes in this game. It's so fulfilling to shoot people in this game, and even the animals, which I didn't kill the cute animals like bunnies and stuff, but deers and the bears and the wolves, yeah, I shot the shit out of those. But I would say if you're looking for, a game that you can really, really get engulfed in, really immersed in a story and a character you can get behind, I wouldn't say this game was for you. I think it's going to come up a little bit short for you, and it is quite forgettable. I mean, after the game's over, you're just kind of like, okay, thanks. And then you're on to the next. It's not the kind of game that when you finish, you're like, oh, I'm not ready for it to be over. I want to keep playing. It wasn't like that at all for me. So yeah, if you're looking for a real deep story and a real experience of a game, Rise of Tomb Raider is going to disappoint you. But if you're in between, 2 big games and you've got a few days, you just want to play around in something and just kind of have a good time, run around, collect things, just kind of bullshit your way through, then Rise of Tomb Raider is definitely your thing. It's great for people who want to collect stuff. There's so much collecting in this game, and the fact that A lot of the levels are linear, but then free roam, you really get to play at your own pace. So if you want to just charge through the entire game, you can. If you want to take your time and collect and unlock all of the different upgrades and stuff for your weapons, you can. So I would definitely recommend Rise of the Tomb Raider for you guys out there that are just looking for something to play, because it'll definitely fulfill those needs for you. What do you guys think about the game? What do you guys think about the series as a whole, and where it's going and how it's evolving? Where would you like to see it go? And let me know down in the comments. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching.